Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Thursday the 11th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. The 11th is also Free Slurpee Day for those of you out there in the US that the 7-Eleven's giving away free Slurpees, and it's to celebrate my lovely bride's birthday. So they give free Slurpees to everybody because it's her birthday. And I think it's a pretty nice gesture of such a large corporation to celebrate her birthday in such a great way. But neither one of us went and got Slurpee today, so kind of a weird thing to put, to not even go get one. It's how to give them away as gifts for her. So yeah, I got up this morning, got the dog outside, got the dog taken care of, got that done, got him fed. Did not have to go feed the cats again, even though I was scheduled to. So I don't know if they thought the flight might get delayed. I'm not sure what happened. But they did let me know they were in town, or at least landed at the airport last night. So pretty late, but they let me know. So didn't have to worry about it. So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my morning. So I got a couple things done, nothing too major. Did get outside the dog, hang out with him for a little bit, jumped in the hot tub for a little while, and then wife got off to work, and then I thought, well, I got a few things around the house to get done. So I got a few things that moved around, kind of done a few things here and there that it's kind of nice to not have somebody else here the whole time. I feel like I'm not being like, I don't know, like it just seems like, especially like when the pinball machine, the flipper had started acting up a while back, so I wasn't playing as much. I went to try and fix it a couple times, and it seemed like my mom was offended by the pinball machine, so almost like she was encouraging me not to fix it so we wouldn't play it as often because the noise drove her nuts. But she's also like obsessively like pissed off at wind chimes, like hates wind chimes to the point that I know her sister has taken hers down before. When she comes down to visit, she'll actually unhook it and lay it on the ground so it doesn't make chimes. So yeah, there's that. So I don't know if the sound of the pinball machine reminds her of wind chimes, and wind chimes assaulted her as a small child. I don't know, but somehow she hates them, and it is what it is. But she's not here no more, so I'm able to work on it. So I got it fixed. Got both floppers rebuilt. I put all the motors and stuff in it, got it all good to go, and then played it, made sure it was working good. It's working great, wonderful. So I went ahead, got it cleaned up, dusted off, so it's kind of dirty, so sitting around not being dusted. The glass attracts so much dust. It's just it's such a weird open angle of dirt collecting. It's kind of a strange setup, but it is what it is. So got that all wiped up, and then basically kind of hang out with the dog, just chilling out in the yard, getting a little bit of yard work done here and there. It's just hot on so many different levels. It's so gross, but yeah, absolutely just gross on so many different levels. But I got a couple other things taken care of. Went ahead, and it was like 1:30. So my father-in-law had wanted to take off at 1:30. Had a doctor appointment I had to take him up in Ormond, and I'd reached out to somebody that had a Jeep that was in Port Orange, which is about halfway between my house and the doctor's appointment. So I told him, hey, would you be around tomorrow by any chance to come look at that Jeep? And it's nice, shiny, metallic-y blue. I asked, does AC work? Yes. It's an automatic. Yes. It's convertible with like a Bembe top. And they have the factory soft top also, which I'd probably order up. I'd probably buy a used hard top for it, just for longer trips, like if we're going to the mountains and stuff. You just stuff the soft top in the back to the hard top on, because it's way quieter driving on the road. So, but talk to them, like, yep, we'll be around. I said it should be done sometime after 3. I don't know when, but it'll be after 3 at the earliest. And I'll reach out to you. He sent me his phone number, he sent me his address. I'm like, holy crap, here's something actually he's gonna do this right. This might work. So I was like, cool, no big deal. So I went ahead, said hell with it. Got my father-in-law, and did not take the dog with me because this doctor's appointment can take between 15 minutes and 2.5 hours. So like, and it's the same shit each time, it's just how far backed up the doctor is. And they know they're backed up 2 hours, but they won't text you and be like, hey, we're really running behind, so just give it time before you come up, which is so dumb, because why am I going to make these old people sit in waiting rooms for 2.5 hours? Just disgusting. So went ahead, did not take the dog because it's so hot. I don't want to have to worry about him in the truck, and my truck doesn't, setting it idle, air conditioning doesn't work very good. You gotta keep revving it up or drive around, which I have done before. Just drove around like the neighborhood, like around one of the doctor's appointments, just because I wanted AC. It was so hot one day. But I did take my battery powered fan and used it, and it was better, but it's still, the poor dog would have been way too hot. So I left him home, set up the security camera for him. My wife was able to log in, kind of checking on him a couple times, and it was funny because she couldn't find him. So I'm more by the curtains by the front window looking out, not long after I left, which I assumed looking to see where I went. Then he went and laid down, and she couldn't find him, and she didn't know where he was, which the cameras are set up, you can pretty much see everywhere that he can get to, but she couldn't see him anywhere at all. And she's like, what the hell? So she was back and forth. So she ended up hollering at him over the speaker to basically be able to get him to pop his head up so she could see where he was. And he was laying like right next to the camera, right up against like that edge of the couch, the armrest. And so she couldn't already see him. But then she was able to tilt the camera down and then saw he was there, and she could check in. Said he basically slept the whole damn time I was gone. He was perfectly fine with it. It was absolutely amazing, and everything was good. So yeah, went ahead and went through there just fine. So dropped off my father-in-law at the doctor's appointment. I then ran to Lowe's to buy a chain to help hang up my wife's aunt's plant to get the proper chain. So I went to Lowe's, got the proper chain, got it all cut, got a couple bolts to bolt together because it's way cheaper than the eye hooks I'd bought originally, little carabiner looking things. So bought a couple more bolts to use. I'm like, yeah, that'll be much easier. So got that, headed back, and then sat outside the doctor's office and sweated my butt off for like an hour and a half. Like, it's so long. So we finally get wrapped up there, reached out to the guy with the van, or the Jeep, and said, hey, heading that way. And that's when he sent me the address. He told me where he was near, like a high school. So he sent me the actual address. I'm like, it says I'm 26 minutes away. He said, cool. So then I got close, texted him, and I basically said I'm like 5 minutes out. I said, cool. So I roll up in there to the neighborhood, and they got the Jeep parked in the garage, which probably thought was like back the Jeep out in the sun so I can see it better. But and also I'm more likely to find the address that way. But I realized why they didn't when I get there, but that's the story. So I told my father-in-law, I'm like, hey, roll your window down all the way, because I can't let my truck run with idle on. I ain't gonna do any good for the AC. So he rolls it down like a third of the way, maybe. I'm like, look back. I'm like, whatever. He won't die, I hope. So went ahead, headed up, looked at Jeep, and I'm looking at it and like, that's an odd color. It's an odd color choice. And I start looking, I'm like, is that a wrap? And they're like, oh yeah, the previous owners did that. And I'm like, so I start looking, and the wrap's peeling up, and it's got bubbles, and it's got tears in it, and it's not done well in the corners, and it's not good. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, you guys didn't put that in the ad. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, come on. So he asked him, I said, what motor or transmission? He goes, I don't know. I probably the title says. And I'm like, what the fuck? You don't even, like, you've had this thing supposedly for 2 years. You don't know what motor it has in it? Like, they couldn't figure out how to pop the hood, which also made me a little nervous. I'm like, have you guys ever changed the oil in this thing? Like, have you ever checked the oil? Like, what the fuck's going on here? So he gives me the keys. I started up, and again, we're inside, and they're trying to hide the wrap. I can tell that once I get there. And the color originally is like this weird, almost black, dark blue thing, and the paint inside the door looks like shit. So I can't imagine how bad it looks like on the fenders and hood. So I was like, God damn it, I don't want a wrapped Jeep. If you would have told me that, would have changed. Even at the cheap price, like 11 grand, would have been that big a deal. But and again, like I'd asked, AC works. That's a big thing. Like AC, I need automatics. That's what she wants. The rest I can make deal with. And I'm like, even the wrap I can deal with. I can have it peeled off and either rewrap properly or go get it painted. It's not the end of the world, but let her pick her own color. Start it up, let it idle and stuff. Sounds fine, no motor noise, no nothing. And the AC's not blowing cold. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm gonna look, yeah, there's a compressor on it. So the AC compressor's there, but it's not even kicking in. And I'm like, I'm not hearing it kick on. Motor isn't revving up, the fan isn't kicking up. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hold my hand there, I'm like, the AC's not working. He goes, oh yeah, AC works. I'm like, but he goes, well, I don't know if it works or not. We never drove it that far. We just drove it down here to this and this. And I'm like, so you don't know if the fucking AC works? Like, what the hell? Keep holding my hand in front of it. AC never blows cold. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, so wasted all my time, which it wasn't that big a deal, but just, I don't know. When you're gonna tell me the AC works, go check, make sure the fucking AC works. Like, go, I don't know, we never use the AC. It doesn't have a top on it. So at that point I said, hey, do me a favor, go start it up and see if the AC works. And I need to idle. I need the AC to work when it's at idle. That's when you need the stoplights. You know, even though the top's off, it's still hot as balls down here in Florida, and you need the AC when you're setting a stoplight. Wife gave me a couple requirements. She wants cute, she wants convertible, automatic, and AC is a necessity. No matter what, it has to be AC. And this don't have AC. The cute really ain't that big a deal because the wrap is garbage. And I'm like, God, that sucks. Because I'm looking $2 grand to put a wrap on it probably. Looking at $5 grand minimum to paint it, and I'm just like, no, it's not. It's now back out of the budget. It doesn't make sense anymore. It's no longer a cheap Jeep. And then you can be $4,500 into AC easily if it needs a full rebuild kit. Who knows what needs to be done? Seals are bad, whatever. And I'm like, they kept looking at me like I was crazy. Like, oh no, it's blowing cold. I'm like, no, that's hot air coming out of those vents. Like, am I delusional here? And then I thought, if you don't even know what AC feels like, now I feel like you're a con artist. Like, now you knew it was bullshit. You know there's other problems, you're lying to me about it. I just said, man, have a great day. I got my truck, drove back home, not real happy. Get home, get my father-in-law put away, head back to the house, hang out with the dog for a little bit, go out there, finish my cigar, and then playing with him for the longest I've been gone for a few hours with the stupid doctor appointment. So, but he didn't care. He just snapped. He was awesome. We hang out a little while, and then wife texted us on my way home. I said, okay, I'm gonna go for a run real quick. So I went and got my run in, got back, and then basically got back from my run. Showed her I'd rebuilt the pinball machine for her as like a birthday present. Like, here you go. We weren't playing it when my mom lived here virtually at all, because she seemed, like I said, she seemed annoyed by it. Never even played it once, never tried to play it, nothing. Said she never played a pinball machine in her life and acted like it was the devil's toy or something. So it is what it is. But went ahead and played the pinball machine a couple times. And then I went ahead and said, hey, do you want to see your birthday present? Or do you want to do it later? She goes, let's go see it now. Took her out and showed her I'd built her custom steps to her pool and got her to show that. So I don't have a handrail on it because I was waiting to get her opinion on what she wanted for a handrail before I built it, and she didn't want to see it before her birthday, so I couldn't get her input on it prior to, because then she wouldn't know what the gift was. So there's that. But yeah, went ahead, got that wrapped up, gave her those, and then asked her to go to her dad's to get her birthday present from her father, which I'd picked up and bought a week or so ago, and he just gave me the money back for it, which is fine. And she said, well, he said he was gonna lay down, talk to me on the way home, and then she went and checked like twice throughout the evening, and he never woke up. So, or at least he was never up enough to call and let her know he's awake, and or to turn his TV back on. So she didn't end up getting her birthday present from him, which I guess she'll get tomorrow. So I'd asked her earlier where she wanted to go out for dinner, for her birthday dinner, and she had said she'd let me know, she'd get back to me, and I never heard from her. So we're out the house. I'm like, are we going out? Are we eating here? What are we doing? She goes, well, I don't know. She's like, it's kind of late. I'm like, oh, it's up to you. She goes, we're gonna have frozen pizza. I'm like, that's what makes you happy. So we ended up having frozen pizza. It was at least her deep dish, pepperoni, double pepperoni thing she likes a lot. It's not my favorite by any means, but it's pretty damn good, and it makes her happy. So that's what we had. So pretty much it. After dinner, headed back outside, played with the dogs for a while. She hadn't been rubbing her legs. Her legs have been cramping up and giving her a bunch of restless leg syndrome crap at night. She's been fighting with that. So they give her some leg rubs and that as after dinner. Then I headed back out, hung out with the dog, had myself another cigar, and then wrapped it up for the evening and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.